evening, everybody, whatever part of the world you're currently watching and listening to our video blog. Today's the 4th of May, and as y'all can see, the weather is nice and bright outside. So I figure I go for a quick walk. This is gonna be a short video blog since I'm actually gonna go pick up something for my upset stomach. So I hope you guys are doing well and are enjoying the spring, beautiful weather. Whatever part of the world you're in, if you have 4 seasons. If not, I still hope that you guys are enjoying the outdoors, walk and get a little bit of fresh air and sunshine to brighten up your mood. Okay, there's nothing better than to get some fresh air. Okay, just like what the doctor had ordered. Make sure that you guys are enjoying the changes in season. I'm not sure which way I'm gonna go today, but I'll try to walk in the direction that has less traffic and away from the noise of the road, even though that's kind of going to be impossible since the shop that I'm heading out to is next to the main road. But it is what it is for now. But I hope you guys would bear with me and listen to our commentary. It's going to be brief today. It's going to be about the recent reduction in force at the State Department that was basically just announced a few minutes ago. Okay, as our platform is directly connected to the utilization of the social media platform in economic development, and the announcement was shared on social media, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about the reduction in force with the foreign service officers, our diplomats around the world. Okay, we probably as a country has the most diplomats plural serving overseas compared to any other country on planet Earth. That's one. And second, by far we have the most aging diplomats on planet Earth, because they operate based off of time served in the federal government. So the longer you serve, the more senior you become, and it's harder for anyone to basically replenish our pool of diplomats, our diplomatic corps. So that's just the reality of things. So I've served overseas and I know what it's like to serve abroad. There's its ups and downs, but I think every American should have the opportunity to experience living overseas at least once in their lifetime. You know, it gives you a lot of very neat perspective, and for the most part it improves your overall mentality about America. Okay, I mean, when I was abroad, I realized how we had so many good things that we take for granted in America. And every time I go abroad and come back, I end up appreciating America more. But we just said we definitely need younger foreign service officers serving America. Just because of what's going on, the increasing activity on social media. We need younger Americans that have subject matter expertise in social media. And how I see things and view things in today's world, because at the end of the day, diplomats will have to engage using their social media platform. That's one. Two, I think every American should be given the opportunity to enjoy and experience living overseas for a short term. I think that's going to enrich their lives and overall capacity as a professional, which they would learn how to enjoy different backgrounds, cultures, ideas, value system, worldview. I'm not talking about actually subscribing to those or following everything that they learn overseas, but I do believe that people should have a balance living and working overseas. So that's just me. But I welcome this announcement from Secretary Marco Rubio that he's considering to reduce the number of career diplomats serving overseas that can be replenished by younger, more conservative thinking diplomats in today's world. I'm not saying to be, constantly just promoting American value, because that's kind of impossible to do overseas. But at least the newer diplomats would have a reference. They haven't been overseas for too long, and they haven't been overly how would I put this? Overly vested into their career, in which they're more interested in keeping their jobs than serving. So that's my thought on this. Anyway, also I wanted to talk about, the current global situation pertaining to U.S. foreign policy. So right now, we're not the most liked country on planet Earth. And I kind of understand why. And do I agree or disagree? I'm kind of in between as everything else. I try to have balance and understand other perspectives. But to me, I think we need to consider other perspective overseas without overly compromising. Obviously there's this gray area in anything, but I do want to, let you guys know that we live in a very different world today. Sorry, I have this thing going on with my throat earlier today. So I believe it's in our best interest to support U.S. and American values without alienating our partners and allies overseas, and building more bridges with those that don't necessarily like us or our foreign policy. The best way to do that is for the State Department to look online and see the influencers online that are operating around the world. Okay, that's the best way to figure out who would be the successful candidate to serve American interests overseas. Because most influencers have already won hearts and minds. That's why they're called influencers. And they're already based overseas and they've worked overseas. So it cuts the learning curve for many of these individuals that are on social media. And as our platform is the utilization of social media platform in economic development, and job creation is an economic development agenda. Therefore, it's imperative, and it's actually much more sophisticated and efficient when America recruit influencers that are already active on social media, because you can see their style, you can see how they operate, you can see how receptive the public to, and it's a great opportunity to replenish our diplomatic corps using what's available on social media. That's something that I've been promoting ever since I started my channel, in which bringing in social media influencers and users into the labor force and still let them do their thing. Okay, the best talents are right in front of you, and most of them have taken the leap of faith to utilize their talents and skills, education and experience for overseas. Hey there, Penguin 223, I think is the number. So, simple Danya, I'm heading to the store. I need to pick up a few things, so I figured I gotta do my walking towards the store. But it's a beautiful day, perfect day to be walking. So I decided to stretch my legs. I love walking whenever I'm in Europe. I mean, I'm in much more better health, I think, sometimes when I'm abroad, because I'm not always laying down and driving and not be able to move. So I think you're supposed to have a few thousand steps a day, and that's what we're doing, is to stretch our legs and get a few thousand steps. Okay, folks. I mean, again, it's a beautiful day, just like what the doctor ordered. Get some sunlight, get some, exercise while it's beautiful outside, because you don't always get this quick weather to be walking. Sometimes it gets too cold or too hot, and it's not healthy or even safe to be out and about under a scorching hot sun. So anyway, look at this. It says no rig maps, vote no, Tuesday, April 21. So look at all that. It seems like people wants to get involved in local politics nowadays, but very few people are actually wanting to commit to it. And I can understand why, given that I'm a former, or still are, a recovering politician. I've seen the kind of crap show in Virginia politics that I thought would have been gone by now. I started watching Virginia and observing Virginia politics at the age of 16, when I was even still in high school. But nothing has changed, because the same people are in power. when you have the same people operating the same way for ages and decades, you get the same results. And that's what we're getting now, same results over and over again, all kind of bull crap, because we hire the same people and they don't know anything else other than their modus operandi of corruption and lying. So that's just the sad story of Virginia politics. But we will keep on keeping on. We'll try to push back, because if we don't, nobody's gonna win. I mean, we're already deteriorating as a society, and a lot of our people are suffering because of it. So, yeah. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about, our diplomatic corps should be replenished, and we ought to recruit influencers that are on their social media platform, because they are the ones that have a proven record of winning hearts and minds, not those that can take an English writing test for 2 hours, not those that can sit in front of a panel and BS them on how amazing and magnificent they are as a quote-unquote professional, because none of them really do anything good after they get the job. Because there's no reference. You can't see who they really are operating overseas. So yeah, that's that's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am in agreement with the current administration when it comes to replenishing our diplomats, our diplomatic corps, I should say. Bringing the younger, fresher, skilled, talented, and everything in between influencer to your agency, Mr. Rubio, because that's the only way for us to preserve our diplomatic credibility. Okay. And there's tons of people on social media that are operating worldwide today that could be a great asset to the State Department. You know, they have the talent, the skill, the know-how, the patience, the ability to learn the language and skills. I mean, not skills, but culture. So they have everything that the State Department would benefit from. So that's what I believe. I think it's something that people ought to consider. Anyway, folks, if you have any thoughts, suggestions, and things that you would like for me to consider talking about, let me know. You know, I'm always available. Message me, text me. Happy to explore anything that you want me to talk about. With that said, folks, thank you. I'm at the store. Until we meet again, take care. Bye.